Good afternoon, everyone. We are really in good company. We have Mr. Tim Wilms here with us, who is a very familiar face around the SLU halls because he is actually a former junior Bill himself. And so he is the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. So welcome.
Thank you. That was the nicest intro I've gotten in a long time, so I appreciate it. And
No problem.
as Mr. Winger would say, tradition never graduates, right? So I graduated in 2010 from SLU and graduated 2014 from Xavier. So this is one of my favorite visits every year for obvious reasons. I get to work with students, from my alma mater, talking about my alma mater. So this is great. I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time as well. So my first question for those who are not familiar with Xavier, if you wouldn't mind just giving us a general overview on kind of an elevator pitch of the university.
Cool. I'll try to keep it within 1 minute. So here I go. So Xavier University, we are in Cincinnati, Ohio. So you're actually getting a nice shot of my upstairs den in Cincinnati. But the cool part about Xavier, Cincinnati is the downtown area is only 5 minutes away from where our campus is located. So the real brief overview is you get the best of a lot of different worlds at Xavier. Obviously, we're a Jesuit institution. I'll start there. We're the fourth oldest Jesuit university in the nation. We're the sixth oldest Catholic university in the nation. So we have a great tradition and history. We're right behind St. Louis U. They're the number two overall, and we come in right behind them at 1831 as our founding date. So you get a lot of the great small school stuff that comes with Xavier. Average class size of 21, 12 to 1 student to faculty ratio. So it's the kind of place where you have your own campus. It's a very green space. Everything's right there for you. Walk 5 minutes, 10 minutes away, knock on a door, work with your professor after class, all that kind of stuff. You're going to know the people around you. And then you pair that smaller school, more intimate, personal, and especially Jesuit feel with a bigger school name, bigger school resources. And we're a Division I school as well. We're in the Big East Conference. And so it's kind of cool that anywhere I go in the country, people know Xavier for the academics, the Jesuits focus, and then of course for the basketball too. So it's a unique experience where we're a school of about 4,900 undergraduates, so smaller end of a medium-sized school. But then I think we fit right in nicely, with the small and the big all in one. And then, like I said, we're only 5 minutes away from downtown Cincinnati. So plenty of professional and academic opportunities, great Fortune 500 companies in Cincinnati. It's a burgeoning a medical field in Cincinnati. A lot of great opportunities for our pre-professional sciences students, our nursing students, et cetera, et cetera. So I've already gone past the 1 minute mark, but that would be my general elevator pitch is if you're looking for Jesuit part two, kind of like I was looking for 10 years ago, Xavier's an awesome fit in that regard. And then the cool part is you're not just doing the Jesuit thing in St. Louis, you're doing it in Cincinnati, but with people who come from all over the country who are looking for that same sort of vibe. And I really love that part about Xavier.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful campus. And you get a chance to kind of have one-on-one interaction with faculty and staff. I'm kind of like putting in my my 2 cents. Beautiful campus. And then the stadium, phenomenal.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
have
got it
like
right. I got it right here for you.
there it
This is
is. Okay.
yeah, kind of a far away view, but yeah, the Cintas Center. Yeah, I mean it's awesome. It's right there on campus. So um, you see us on TV all the time, but it's like truly a 2 minute walk for our students to get from their dorm room over to the basketball games. So that part's pretty sweet as well.
That is phenomenal. Love the campus. And so my next question would be, can you speak a little bit about any of the updates on campus to programs, new exciting things that are being built or introduced to the campus this year?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a couple things. First thing is, and I know when you guys were there over the fall last year, you saw the Health United building, at least when it was just getting opened, but it's now fully operational. So it's a new rec center, which we've needed on campus for a long, long time. It's also paired with that a new health center and new labs, facilities, classrooms for nursing, occupational therapy, exercise science. athletic training, health services administration. So anything in the health services, health sciences field, they're getting all new labs and facilities. And obviously for our students too, having the new health center there, that's great. You can pick up a prescription right there on campus, get your flu shot, that kind of stuff. So that is pretty great. It was fully opened last January. So it was open for 57 days before everything shut down. So this is still very much a new building for our students. And then we actually do have one new honors program this year, and that's data science. So two things we've really done a great job with at Xavier is computer science as a major, and then data analytics as a major. So we're basically putting those together as a new honors program. And obviously for our SLU High guys, we have some great honors programs that a lot of our guys who are interested in Xavier are really going to fit really nicely with. So that's one of the very brief updates about that new program.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And I know this is kind of a hard question to narrow down, but if you could just speak on some of your most popular areas of study that Xavier is most known for.
For sure, for sure. Well, again, I know our time's limited, so usually this is a 5-minute answer, but I'll cut it down. So the top two for sure are anything in the business field, and anything, number two would be anything in the science field. So to go along with the sciences, just real quick, I mentioned the Health United building. Over a 5-year period of students applying to med school, our med school acceptance rate is 85%, which is more than double the national average already. Last year's class, 92% of our students who applied to med school got accepted. Yeah, I know. So that's one of my favorite stats to share. So if you're a student who's coming in and thinking, yeah, I want to be a doctor, or at least want to go into the sciences field, great opportunities there. And then on the business side, there are 8 Fortune 500 companies headquartered in Cincinnati. So plenty of opportunities for internships and networking, professional development, that kind of stuff. Outside of that, I always like to mention education. We actually are the first ever Montessori undergraduate education program in the country, which is, it's kind of a unique stat. But what that means is students looking for special education, Montessori education. I know there's a couple of guys even who've applied this year who might be thinking about being a teacher, getting your theology degree and also pairing that with secondary education or anything like that. So we specialize there. Communications and digital media, psychology is one of our oldest programs. And then sports marketing, sports management's really been growing. We're getting a lot of national pub for that. And then I'll just highlight again those honors programs as well. Xavier.edu/honors. There's some really cool programs we got going on there. Specifically, one that's a trademark for us, which is philosophy, politics, and the public. We've had some SLU High guys go through in the last handful of years through the PPP program, where you study abroad and learn comparative government. And then on the other end, you work on a political campaign by the time you graduate. So those are like a minute 30. So that's pretty good.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I learned a lot. And so to kind of pivot a little bit and talk about student engagement and opportunities to just get involved as early as freshman year, can you kind of speak on those opportunities, student clubs, athletics, just opportunities for students to really hit the ground running?
For sure. That's actually one of my favorite parts of Xavier, just in general. So it's kind of cool that you guys are asking about that. But in general, we have 170 plus clubs and organizations. And we do something at Xavier. We call it the Xavier Rule of 3. So when you're coming in as a new student, you show up about 4 or 5 days before classes start for our Manresa orientation. So obviously some Jesuit roots there for that name. And we tell all of our students, hey, we want you to get involved in something you did in high school. So if you were on the soccer team at SLU High, hey, that's great. Be part of club soccer at Xavier. That kind of stuff. Thing number 2, get involved in something academic related. So maybe it's the business fraternity, maybe it's the pre-med society. And then thing number 3 is get involved in something that you've never done before. So that's just one quick way where we say, please get involved. I think Xavier's the kind of place, the more involved that you get, the more invested you feel in the place, the more you're going to get out of this experience. And my general thing as a Xavier alum, I always say, pretty much anybody you talk to, whether they're a current student, whether they're an alum, if you say, hey, what's your favorite part about Xavier? 9 out of 10, or 95 out of 100 or whatever. They're going to say, my favorite part of Xavier is the campus community. like over and over again, you're going to hear the word community. So I always tell students, hey, if you're looking for obviously a great academic experience, you're going to get that at Xavier. But even more than that, if you want to go to a place where you feel connected to the people around you, feel like you can make a difference on campus, be a leader, and really be a part of what's going on campus, Xavier's a great place for you to be, for sure.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. And my final question would be, is Xavier currently allowing students to visit? And if not, how would you recommend that students go about engaging with the university at this time?
For sure. So we've actually been given tours since the summer, which is pretty crazy to say. So at the time of this recording, it's November 11th. So we are a few weeks away from Thanksgiving, and we'll probably still be doing tours until about December 15th. So typically when students come in, we'll do a whole presentation and do all that stuff beforehand and then get you out on your tour. What we're doing now is you're going to get paired one-on-one with a student. So you and your family would be just there with just one student. And the tour is pretty similar to what you'd normally get, other than maybe some restrictions, like you can't go into the cafeteria for obvious reasons and that kind of stuff. But it's pretty similar to what you normally get. And then I would anticipate, pending what happens with the pandemic in the spring, I would anticipate that being the same, probably starting around Inauguration Day, right after Martin Luther King Jr. Day in January. So xavier.edu/visit. We have some great resources and stuff online, but definitely encourage you. We're only 5.5 hours away from St. Louis. Not too bad of a drive. So come out and see us anytime you can.
Awesome. Thank you again so much for your time. It's been a pleasure as always. And hopefully keeping my fingers crossed next year, or maybe even in the spring, we'll be able to invite you down to campus and see a very familiar face.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it. I always love, as you know, coming back home. So.
Thank you so much.